Good evening, everybody, and welcome to beautiful Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Tonight on the SEC ESPN Network, two nationally ranked college softball teams do battle. Arizona's Wildcats, 29-9 on the year, 11-4 in the Big 12, challenge the LSU Tigers, who are 26-13 and 6-9 in the SEC. Come on inside Tiger Park. This is Hall of Fame coach Yvette Girard, a five-time College World Series coach. I'm Lynn Rollins. Let's focus on LSU's Sierra Daniel. We know her as a pepper pot star defensively at second base, but lately she's found a new gear offensively.
She is definitely leading the Tiger offense in a major way. The junior second baseman is hitting .571 over her last 4 games. She has 3 extra base hits and has tallied 8 RBI and 3 walks in that span. Tuesday night versus Central Arkansas, she hit her first home run of the season, a 237-foot blast to right center field that scored 2 runs. She's getting hot at just the right time for the Tigers.
This Arizona team 8 times has won a national championship. They've got not 1, not 2, but 3 400 hitters in the lineup.
The Wildcats have some major firepower in their lineup. Serenity Trice leads the team with a .472 batting average and 58 hits. Leadoff hitter Reagan Shockey is second on the team in batting average at .431 and second in hits at 53. Catcher Sydney Stewart leads the team in RBI, home run, and slugging percentage.
Let's take a look at the starting lineup. It's one that features only one player who's hitting less than 300. Let's start with Reagan Shockey in center field, followed by Serenity Trice at second base. Taylor Beal is the shortstop. Sydney Stewart is catching. The right fielder is Grace Jenkins. Kaz Lucas bats 6th and plays first base. Jenna Sniffen is the third baseman hitting 7th. Talay Jennings is the designated player, and Cheyenne Duke is the left fielder. And that's a lineup that's going to take its cuts against the lefty, Jaden Heebner, who comes in with some nice statistical success.
Heebner threw the first perfect game as a freshman in Tiger history. She's known for the big rise ball. She's got a good-looking curve. No question, she's the ace of the staff.
So here we go, Heebner with a 2.61 ERA. This is her 14th start. She's had 11 complete games, 20 appearances. This is her 21st. She's worked 99 1/3 innings and allowed 80 hits. Walks have been a problem, although she's getting better at that lately. 52 of them against 89 strikeouts. The opposition is hitting only .219 against the sophomore southpaw.
Shockey bunts, soft slaps, really controls the stick up in the plate.
Shockey is the team leader in runs scored with 52. She's second on the club in base hits with 53. Mostly a singles hitter. She's only had a couple of extra base hits, and those have been doubles. Let's see if anybody can get to it. It's caught in foul ground by Char Lorenz, the left fielder. So Shockey is retired, and Serenity Trice comes in. Trice hitting 472. And she is the leading base hit producer with 58.
Ton of back control, speed. She bunts, she can soft slap, she can power.
Heebner.
That's a huge mistake.
And it's rolling all the way down into foul territory against the fence.
She's sending her. She's sending her.
It eludes Alex Franklin. Here comes the throw. And the Tigers have a costly mistake to open the ball game as Heebner's throw went past Tori Edwards. Alex Franklin had trouble picking it up in foul ground. And Serenity Trice circles the bases.
And Heebner not but known for the defensive mistakes, but this is what speed does to you.
She made a clean pickup and pivot, but then threw it away.
And Trice just ran that base perfectly. She found the ball after she crossed first base. Not even a throw to the plate.
That's going to be a 4-base error on the throw from Jaden Heebner at first base. Here's Taylor Beal, batting .374.
Taylor has been big in clutch moments for the Wildcats. Her coach had an interesting story. She doesn't like hitting much. She'd rather take hours of ground balls
Really?
than swing a bat.
Well, she plays shortstop, so that serves her well. You know, over the last, 15, 20 years, we have seen the emergence of that position with some phenomenal defensive shortstops in this women's game.
Yeah, I think a lot of those girls could play on the baseball teams.
I agree with you.
They're such fluid infielders.
Arizona, throughout its lauded softball history, has been known as a team that scores a lot of runs. But Yvette, to be almost 40 games into the season and to have only one non-300 hitter in the lineup speaks for itself.
They've always been known for hitting, and especially home runs. Listen to this, Lynn. They have hit 2,689 home runs since softball became a Division I sport in 1982. By far the most of any team in NCAA history.
Say that number again.
2,689. Of course, the ball flies out of the ballpark a lot better in Arizona than it does in hot, muggy Louisiana. But that is not taking anything away from the Wildcats' long and unbelievable history.
The wind is not going to help home run hitters today.
No.
It's blowing in.
This is not a, sometimes this is where balls come to die.
Huebner is upstairs. There are the flags. It's a pretty brisk wind. A bit of an unusual wind for this time of year, blowing in toward the plate.
It's a south wind. Of course, we have the river right behind us, the Mississippi River, and that has a lot to do with the wind.
Alex Franklin gives way at the last moment to Jayla Lassiter, the center fielder, and there are 2 outs.
It will take a shot to get out of here in center
Well, let's
field.
check the weather right now as we're speaking about it. The sky is the color of a number 2 lead pencil. 77 degrees, intermittent clouds. A 55% chance of rain, but I think we're going to be okay. Winds out of the southeast at 9 to 16 miles per hour.
Where'd that chance of rain come? We didn't have that all day long.
Strike 1 to Sydney Stewart out of San Jose, California. You're looking at one of the best catchers in the country. Huebner does not change speeds a lot. She depends on that rise ball. She can reach 70 miles an hour with it.
Stewart's got power to both sides. Emotional maturity and confident with her 61 RBIs now.
That's a bunch.
RBI.
That's 4th in Division I. Only 3 players in the country have more than her RBI total.
An imposing figure at the plate.
Tall right-handed batter. Huebner brings it from the left side. Got it in on the hands. Huebner working ahead to Stewart. The count remains 2 strikes. 2 outs, a run in on a costly 4-base error on a throw to first base that rolled all the way down into foul territory against the right field wall. The 0-2 pitch, wasted high and away. These teams will play tomorrow and Sunday as well. This is the non-league weekend for both of these teams. Arizona out of the Big 12, LSU, of course, in the SEC. That's poked up the middle, a base hit sharply on a couple of hops to the left of Kylie Edwards, the shortstop. And a good at bat for Sydney Stewart as she fell behind early but kept battling.
Kept battling, got her pitch, and drove it right back up the middle. See what this pitch is. I think it was a curveball that got just a good job by Stewart.
Grace Jenkins is next. The senior right fielder is batting .333. This is her 39th start. .43 driven in, 9 home runs. She's second on the team.
6 transfers into this Wildcat team this year, and she's one of them.
Hebner feels her position, makes the throw over to first base, and the side is retired. But Serenity Trice scores as she circled the bases on a 4-base throwing error, and Arizona, after a half inning, leads 1-0 over LSU. Swinging in this order: Jayla Lassiter, the center fielder; Sierra Daniel at second base; Kylie Edwards is the shortstop; Alex Franklin in right field; Tori Edwards at first base; and Macy Bergeron, who was 3 for 4 with a double and 3 RBI on Tuesday against Central Arkansas, is catching. Char Lorenz, the left fielder; Riley Johnson hits 8th as the DP; and Avery Hodge is at third base and batting 9th. And Janae Berry is the tall right-handed pitcher for Arizona.
We should see a curve, a screw, a rise in that order. Curve being her predominant pitch, all at 60 miles an hour. She'll come back with that change at 50 miles an hour.
Berry has been very hittable this year. She's 3-0. But in 35 innings, she has allowed 48 hits, and the opposition is batting at a .314 clip against her. She's also walked 24, so that's been a problem. She has struck out 24. And an ERA of 7.13.
Yeah, the strength of this Wildcat team, as usual, is hitting. It's not in the circle.
Berry has made a lot more relief appearances than she has starts. This is her 5th start, no complete games. 21 appearances, make it 22 appearances now for her, most of them out of the bullpen.
Good looking change-ups there. Caitlin Lowe in the dugout asking, is that ball a little high?
Lassiter has hit safely in 4 consecutive games, and that pitch is demonstrably high. 2 balls, 2 strikes on LSU's leading batter, center fielder Jayla Lassiter. Batting .317 on the year. Daniel is next, followed by Kylie Edwards.
Fought off that changeup, kind of got her leaning, but Lassiter just enough to foul tip that ball off. She's seen a ton of changeups already.
So 2 pitchers with very different styles starting today. The 2-2. Got it in on the hands. Let's see if this is playable. No, it's out of the reach of Jenna Sniffen, the third baseman. And Yvette, we need to make this change, certainly in the interest of accuracy. It is Addison Duke in left field, not Cheyenne Duke. We were given some erroneous information, but it's Addison Duke. There are 2 Dukes on this team. This is Addison Duke in left field. That pitch is high. 3-2 on the leadoff hitter, Jayla Lassiter. The outfield, straight away, medium depth. Left fielder Duke is a little bit deeper than the others, and the Tigers get a base runner.
Good job inducing that walk.
Lassiter will occasionally steal a base. She's been good at it when she tries.
Wildcats have thrown out 4 base runners.
Lassiter is the leading base stealer for LSU. She's 10 of 11 on the paths. That bunt is laid down. There's going to be one play. It's to first base. Sierra Daniel makes the third baseman field it.
Tigers working to get back that 1 run. Got a runner in scoring position. Daniels does her job.
This will bring on Kylie Edwards, but first we're going to have a conference.
Defense making sure they're all on the same page.
Edwards hitting .316. By contrast, there are only 3 300 hitters in the LSU lineup, and those are the first 3, Lassiter, Daniel, and Edwards. 23 driven in for Kylie Edwards, and a team leading, along with Edwards, Tori Edwards, a team leading 8 homers.
Good leadership from the senior catcher. She's the one that gathered the whole infield together.
That pitch rises out of the strike zone to Kylie Edwards. Arizona scored on a 4-base throwing error in the top of the inning to lead it 1-0.
Kylie Edwards has been phenomenal for the Tigers. Transfer.
She pops this one into shallow center field. Shockey is coming on and makes the catch for out number 2. We've only seen Berry throw to 3 batters, but it looks like a bit from our vantage point that patience would be
absolutely
would certainly be suiting the LSU Tigers or aiding them.
Yeah, the fastest speed is 61, and then she comes back with that off speed, so they can stay back, keep their hands back.
Here's Franklin. That's high.
And we said curve, screw, rise.
Alex, the sophomore, hitting .280. 3 homers, 23 driven in. Tori Edwards is on deck. She's the leading RBI producer for the Tigers. 1-0 Arizona. Arizona looking for its 30th victory of the season against 9 defeats.
And as you said, both teams out of conference for a matchup this weekend.
This is one of the best non-conference matchups in the country this weekend.
Great softball this weekend. We're going to feature that pretty soon.
Here's the 3-0 pitch. That's a little bit elevated, a 4-pitch pass. The inning continues.
Just when you said the Tigers could be a little patient, they're rewarded.
So a pair of walks in the inning. And here is Tori Edwards. She has not approached what she did last year as a freshman offensively. Got off to a very slow start, has come back a little bit.
Trying to work her way out of it.
Hitting .252 with 8 homers, 28 driven in. And there's a strike on the outside corner.
Berry transferred to Arizona after 1 season at Indiana. She led the Hoosiers pitching staff.
Tori Edwards has 12 extra base hits. 8 of them have been over the fence. That changeup floats up there and drops in. That's a butterfly pitch. Tori Edwards this year is taking a lot of strikes. The 0-2. That's a good eye at the plate. That ball looked like it might get a piece of the zone and then lifted out of there.
Lynn Berry's sister plays softball at Stanford.
They used to be in the same league, didn't they?
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. Tori Edwards leaves a pair of teammates at first and second. And we will step aside here after 1 inning. Arizona gets an unearned run in the first as Tori Edwards cannot deliver with 2 outs. 1-0 Wildcats. Mello is the boss of this Arizona team. Her 5th season, her record is 182-87-1, winning nearly 70% of her games, a College World Series appearance in 2022, and what a player she was.
4-time All-American, you name it. She's got Olympic medals. Ask me how many times we got her out.
How many times did you get her out?
Never. Unbelievable player. She would just chop that ball down in the desert dirt and forget about it.
You're telling me she could run well?
Oh my, and handle a bat and play center field.
Beth Torina has put her team in 4 College World Series appearances early in her career here. Trying to get back to Oklahoma City.
Beth Torina, the all-time winningest coach in Tiger softball history, and one of 3 coaches on this campus at one time that won over, is it 600 games?
I'd have to look in particular.
I think it's 600. Maneri, Bertman, Torina.
Pretty good company.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Arizona has done very well when it scores first this year. It's 21-2. The Tigers, when the opponent scores first, are 6-10. Kez Lucas at the plate, a freshman from Hawaii. That's hammered foul to the left side. Three balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Lifted deep to center field. Lassiter back. She's got room on the warning track and makes the play.
See, in the desert, that's probably out, especially with the wind like it is today.
Lassiter did a nice job of leaving on contact and ran to the spot that she calculated the ball would descend and made the catch. Nicely done in center field. She made it look easy. It wasn't particularly so. Here's Jenna Sniffen now, S-N-I-F-F-E-N. First pitch swinging and playable on the right side. Edwards grabs it, quickly 2 outs.
Could be a quick inning for Huebner.
Here's Talay Jennings. She's in the lineup as the DP today, uses that slightly split grip at the plate. You can see just a slight bit of the bat between the hands.
She could be an All-American catcher, but she plays right field because that's where the Wildcats need her.
And Huebner bends over and makes a nice play around her ankles. A quick inning. A fly ball to center, a foul out to first base, and a 1-3 put out. And we move on. LSU trails 1-0 in the bottom of the 2nd. Arizona has taken an early lead. LSU will try to do something about it in the bottom of the second inning. The Go Teal Ovarian Cancer Walk here at LSU is tomorrow morning at 8:30. It starts at Tiger Park, and this is a cause that has swept across the Southeastern Conference, and one of the leaders has been Beth Torina here at LSU from a national standpoint. A very, very effective cause, and lots of activities going on to draw attention to ovarian cancer.
All 15 SEC schools will participate, and yes, Beth Torina founded this in 2013.
And remember, it was the young lady Alex Wilcox, a member of the 2018 Mississippi State team, who inspired the country with her courageous fight against ovarian cancer. That battle eventually took her life in the summer of 2018, but her legacy and her courage lives on, and the desire to find a cure for the disease.
And kudos to Mississippi State. They immortalized her in 2018 when the university retired her number 8 jersey, making her the first female student athlete in Mississippi State history to receive that honor.
Well, it's personal to Beth Torina because her mother, Betty,
is a survivor.
Is a 13-year survivor. She currently lives here in Baton Rouge with her husband, Steve. But certainly the Torinas and her mother have been very instrumental in making it happen here in Baton Rouge, as has the SEC in every location.
Bergeron just looked at a call strike 3 right down the middle of the plate. They're a little fooled right now.
That's the second straight strikeout. Torrey Edwards struck out with a pair of teammates aboard to end the first. Here's Char Lorenz. First pitch swinging. Drives it pretty well into right field, but gathered by Jenkins.
Barreled it up. Went with the pitch. Nice play in right field.
So 2 outs for Riley Johnson. Riley is a freshman DP, hitting .179. She has homered twice, and she's driven in 3. She crouches at the plate, checks her swing, and lets it pass high.
Tigers looking for their first hit.
Both base runners have come via walks. Those were in the first.
Long run, but she's there.
Addison Duke crosses into foul territory and makes the play, and it's a swift inning for Janae Berry. So a strikeout, a liner to right, and a fly ball to foul territory in left field. And we go to the third. We are 1-0 Arizona.
Thing that they needed to do.
Want to mess around with this OU.
Stanford firmly in control.
Huge weekend for Florida State.
It is gone!
She slams it into the ground.
Some great matchups coming up. Oklahoma and Texas, Florida State, Stanford. These two teams will do battle again tomorrow and also on Sunday. That's a foul ball off the bat of Addison Duke. Oklahoma and Texas again scheduled to get together on Sunday, although weather might be a problem there. We are in the top of the third, a swiftly moving game between Arizona and LSU. Addison Duke at the plate. She's from Yuma, Arizona. Huebner delivers it.
Nice play, but
safe at first base.
Runs too well.
So an infield single. There wasn't much LSU shortstop could do about it. Kylie Edwards went to her left. Watch her make this pickup. Transfers quickly and throws, but clearly safe at first base. So an infield hit opens things for the Wildcats.
And she'll beat that out.
She does. Bergeron probably should have let that go at the last moment. It was spinning, and at that point she had no chance to get the out at first base, so you might as well let it roll. But she thought she could still make the play and was late in getting it to first base.
That looked just like Caitlin Lowe in her prime. It's almost a perfect bunt. Let's see. Yeah, I think you're right, Lynn. That might have been her only play.
Reagan Shockey bunts her way aboard, and Beth Torina is going to get a bit of a chat with the home plate umpire.
You see Beth's mother, Betty, right behind her, sitting on the first row. Let's see, what could she be asking about? Runner interference?
The conversation has concluded.
And the Wildcats have something going here with their speed.
Yes, they do. A couple of infield hits. Addison Duke is at second base. Reagan Shockey is at first. Here's Serenity Trice. She circled the bases on a 4-base throwing error by Huebner back in the first inning. And Yvette, she tries to bunt it, or at least gives that look. It's the first time in a long time I've seen 3 softball players in a row try to bunt it. You just don't see the bunt that often anymore. This is popped up, going to get the ground in foul territory. So Arizona is still a team that likes to touch and go.
They can beat teams in different ways. Oh, she's...
They may want to challenge this.
Yeah, I don't think so.
They may want to challenge this. I think we're going to get a challenge. From the naked eye in live action, it looked like she was safe.
I think so too.
That looked like an anticipation call from the umpire. And we'll see if they challenge it. I think they are. We're certainly going to ask to see what the others saw. That'll be the first course of action.
I think it's like she took a really big step to catch the ball and slowed her down for the tag on the base.
And I believe we are going to have the challenge.
Arizona is reviewing the call of out at second base.
It didn't look
the previous call is under review.
Really clean. Live.
If I had to make this decision without looking at the replay, I think she's safe.
I do too. And once again, there's the speed. Watch what Edwards. Oh, it's pretty good. She catches it,
Well, now that puts a little more doubt
Yeah.
in my mind.
Yeah, it's a better angle. I was talking about what I saw there. Oh, and then that angle is
I think it's going to be upheld. I think this is going to be an out.
might not be enough to overturn it. That angle was totally different.
In real time, there was doubt in my mind. I thought she might have been safe.
Yeah,
But after a couple of looks,
and she made a great base running effort to make sure she didn't get hit by that ball, and it wasn't interference.
let's take a look at what Hawkeye has.
See the big step right here? That's what I was talking about. And yeah, I think she got her.
So Kylie Edwards, it appears, has that left foot on the bag before the hand makes the tag.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed.
Yep.
The runner is out. Arizona has one remaining challenge.
I would have done the same thing.
So well done by the umpires and the original call.
Caitlin Lowe still doesn't believe it. I think that she didn't get the Hawkeye view. She got the view that we thought. Don't know about that, but when you see that last video review, no question. And that might not be deep enough to score a run. They'll bluff.
And the runners hold on
And
as
Hebner,
Taylor Beal flies out to shallow left field.
and Hebner can work out of a major jam here. She
Indeed.
can get this out. But this is a big out.
There's baseball going on tonight involving LSU and Ole Miss in Oxford. They've just gotten started. And the Tigers have taken a 2-0 lead in the first inning
This young
on
lady
a Jake Brown home run.
has 61 RBIs. Or is it just RBI?
Whatever.
It's a lot.
Sydney Stewart at the plate. She had a base hit last time. That's wide, ball one.
First and third, 2 outs. Let's see what the Wildcats do. Bergeron's a good catcher. She can nail them.
Stewart is a senior from San Jose, California. She started her career at Washington.
And here comes Beth Torina. I kind of figured she was going to do that at some point. Big inning here. Big at-bat for both teams.
There are 9 members of this Arizona softball roster who started their careers somewhere else, including Addison Duke. You might remember that name from Ole Miss and the SEC. So Beth Torina discussing how they want to pitch to Sydney Stewart.
Would you walk her?
It's an option. You hate to walk a runner into scoring position,
Right.
but this is a very, very capable hitter.
Bat behind her has 43 RBI. So you've got the leader and second place RBI hitter.
Franklin backing up. She's got room on the warning track and makes the play a step and a half in front of the right field wall. So Jaden Hebner indeed is able to work out of a hot spot. She casts ice on the potential rally. And we move forward. LSU trails 1-0 as the Tigers come to bat in the third. look at Janae Berry, who has not allowed a base hit. Yvette, I wonder what the competition was like in her family. Her brother is Jacob Berry, the former LSU outfielder who also played at Arizona, came over to LSU with Jay Johnson's arrival here, and of course is playing in minor league baseball. He was drafted by the Marlins, but I wonder what it was like growing up in their yard. Who got the best of whom?
And her dad's got Major League Baseball in there in his background. I bet you they were playing T-ball as soon as they could actually hold the bat.
I suspect so.
Or a wiffle ball in the living room.
Avery Hodge comes to the plate for the first time. Strike one.
So far, so good for Berry, who we talked about came in with a 7.13 ERA and a batting average of .314. So far, the Tigers haven't done much.
She has allowed to this point a whole lot more hits than innings pitched, but nothing doing yet by LSU through a couple of frames.
And there's a hit.
Avery Hodge able to get the ball down on the left side and beat the throw.
Playing a little bit of the Arizona game. Slapping the ball for a base hit.
Just beats it into the ground, gets it by the pitcher, and a diving effort by the shortstop Beal, but she had no chance to claim the out.
And still a big part of this game if you can execute it. Of course, their head coach was, she was the master of it.
Lassiter at the top of the order checks her swing. 1-0. Hodge is 4 out of 5 in stolen bases. Lassiter with that upright stance. Slaps it foul on the right side. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Arizona on a 4-base throwing error scored a run in the first inning, and that's where we are in the bottom of the third. Hodge at first base, nobody gone. Daniel is on deck.
Letting Lassiter swing through, not going to sacrifice the runner over. Going to let her swing the bat.
This is one of the best hitters for the Tigers. The first of 3 300 hitters at the top of the lineup.
There's that devastating changeup. What do you call it?
I call it the butterfly pitch.
Just floating in there.
There it is again. That's a foul
What a
ball.
play.
They rule her out, but the plate umpire is saying foul ball.
What a play, though.
So they bring everybody back.
Yes, Andrew Simmons over there, Moten was saying foul ball at first. To the naked eye, I thought it was fair.
Watch the plate umpire right here come up with the hands. As soon as she lines it up, right there she's saying foul ball.
Good job by her. Get into position. And Arizona's not challenging it, so.
2-2 pitch is yet another changeup.
And she's thrown a ton already. And it's worked.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Let's check the runner at first. Hodge is over there, nobody out. The pitch swung on and lifted out of play left side. Hodge was not on the move. Hodge at first, Lassiter at the plate. Once again, the 3-2 pitch and a 1-0 Wildcat lead. And that's
Missed.
way outside.
Now the Tigers have something cooking.
Walk number 3 from Berry. The first since the first inning. Sierra Daniel is at the plate, and this is the young lady that the Tigers would love to have in this opportunity, especially lately.
Yep, swinging a hot bat lately.
Her average has zoomed to a team leading 363.
Bryce Neal, hitting coach for the Tigers.
Daniel is coming off her first home run of the season last Tuesday in that easy win by LSU over Central Arkansas. We remind you that tomorrow's game starts at 5 o'clock Central Time. Sunday's game between these teams has an 11 a.m. start.
When does that start? What day?
Sunday at 11 a.m.
And tomorrow's what time?
5 o'clock.
Don't be late, Lynn.
I won't. Let's see what Daniel can do. First pitch swinging, drives it deep. Way back it's going. Off the scoreboard. You can pucker up and kiss that baby goodbye. There's a Booleans at the plate as the Tigers come spilling out of the dugout to congratulate Sierra Daniel.
That's her second home run in a couple of days, and it was really funny. Beth Torina, before that pitch, had gone out to Sierra Daniel and drew a map and told her exactly where to hit it, and she did it.
That's her second home run, her 24th, 25th, and 26th RBI. And on one swing, the Tigers overcome that 4-base error in the first inning. There is one happy second baseman for the Tigers, Sierra Daniel. And she is mobbed by her teammates.
Hadn't hit any home runs, hit her first one on Tuesday. Was it Tuesday or Wednesday? Tuesday. And then just hit this one today. So 2 in a week.
So those walks, the walk in the inning and the infield hit set up Sierra Daniel. And here's Kylie Edwards. It's 3-1 LSU. Lots of big smiles in that dugout. Berry snags it and gets the out at first.
That's 2 well-hit balls. Tigers timing it up now. Might have a pitching change here, Lynn.
Well, Alex Franklin is waiting on deck. And they are signaling from the Arizona dugout into the bullpen, and indeed we are going to have someone fresh enter the circle. This looks like Riley Holder. We will set it all up for you in just a moment as the starter, Janae Berry, is lifted in the bottom of the third inning following the 3-run home run by Sierra Daniel. 3-1 Tigers. Starter Janae Berry is lifted after 2 1/3 innings, allowed a couple of hits. The big one, a 3-run home run by Sierra Daniel. She walked 3 and she struck out 2. And Riley Holder is in the circle now, the right-hander out of Texas, a freshman. This is her 20th appearance. She's won 9 of 12 decisions with a 5.30 ERA. She's walked 29 in 66 innings and struck out 30. So not a strikeout pitcher, but nonetheless one who has been effective this year in several outings against Arizona's opposition. This is her 20th appearance.
Best pitch is her drop ball at 68 miles an hour. Her changeup will be at 54. But she enjoys reading, hunting, fishing, and being outdoors. My kind of girl.
She would like Louisiana,
My
wouldn't
kind
she?
of girl.
If you throw a 68-mile-an-hour drop or sinking pitch over the plate, you're going to be good.
Her dad played football at Texas A&M, and her mom played volleyball at Texas A&M. Well, she comes from a very athletic family.
Franklin at the plate. That pitch misses. It's 2-0. The bases are empty after a 3-run home run by Sierra Daniel. That followed an infield hit from Avery Hodge at the bottom of the order and a walk to Lassiter.
Can't find the plate yet. I'm sure the take is on here.
Tori Edwards is next. LSU is 26-13 overall, 6-9 in the conference.
It's a good piece of hitting, but the Wildcats have her positioned perfectly.
That was Grace Jenkins out in right field who took a few steps and made the catch. And here's Edwards, who struck out with 2 teammates aboard to end the first inning. This is a very important and meaningful series for both of these teams, even though it's non-conference play. The strength of schedule here is considerable for both teams, so whoever wins this series
jammed her inside
is going to certainly gain points when it comes to overall seeding at the end of the year. Second baseman Trice makes the play. But earlier in the inning, it was Sierra Daniel hitting one over the right field wall with a couple of teammates aboard. 3-1, LSU leads Arizona. Well, let's take an early look at LSU's tournament resume. The RPI is good at 16. The strength of schedule better at 7. The only blemish is the 3-11 mark against RPI top 25 teams. 3 to the good and 11 losses. But a 26-13 record, middle of the pack in the SEC. Arizona, 13 RPI, 9 strength of schedule, 3-6 against RPI top 25, and that 29-9 mark. Very similar in many ways statistically between these teams.
I think this is interesting. This series history, Arizona 11 wins, LSU 6. The last 10 meetings, it's 5-5, but in Baton Rouge, Arizona 0, LSU 2.
1 ball, 1 strike on Grace Jenkins. She grounded back to Huebner to end the first inning. That pitch misses, low and away. Huebner has been reached for 3 base hits. The 2-1 offering. That's high. Huebner has not walked a batter, and her control over the last 2 or 3 or 4 starts has
been
improved
much better,
considerably.
Much better. Well, she's in danger here. Great looking pitch, outside curveball, late break.
Now the 3-2 pitch to the leadoff hitter. Arizona, after the 3-run home run by Daniel, trails by 2.
Comes back from behind in the count.
Edwards gives way to Hodge and foul ground. Avery Hodge, the third baseman, makes the play for the out. Here's Kez Lucas. Lucas flied to center field last time. Arizona's next Big 12 series will be at Oklahoma State. That's the 17th, 18th, and 19th of this month. Then they host Houston. Then they go to Utah to close out the year. Lucas swung at a pitch that was wide of her arc. So 6 of the remaining 9 Big 12 games for Arizona are on the road. Arizona at Oklahoma State next weekend, and then hosting Houston before traveling to Utah on May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. The 2-2 pitch from the southpaw sophomore Jaden Huebner. Nubbed off the end of the bat. Daniel's going to have to get it and get it to first quickly. She does.
Got it a swing and a pitcher's pitch and got a weak ground ball out.
We've seen Daniel make a variety of plays defensively. She's good going to her left, to her right. She's very good charging the ball. She backs up. She's on it like a rat on a Cheeto most of the time.
Low center of gravity. She just like a Hoover vacuum over there.
Yep. I think second base defensively is a position that's not appreciated as much as it should be, because the decision making on what to do on balls hit to the right side, whether to cover first, whether to back up.
First and thirds. Slappers.
There's a mental part of playing second base that's certainly a challenge.
So you got to communicate in the infield just like you would a fly ball in the outfield.
There's a mitt popper for a strike. The wind continues to blow in from center field.
Daniels hit that in dead left field, which the mic, the performance center, kind of blocks that wind and the scoreboard.
Sniffing at the plate. She's ahead in the count. She fouled out to Edwards at first base. last time. This is their second time at the plate. And there's the first base on balls. Comes on a high pitch with 2 outs. Now Talay Jennings, who hit a bouncer back to Hebner last time.
Transfer, San Diego. Transfer to Arizona after 2 seasons at San Diego.
Jennings is hitting .353, but not really a home run threat. She's had 1.
But her sister was a home run threat. Tiara led Oklahoma softball to 4 national championships. Was the 2021 NFCA Freshman of the Year.
Jennings has hit safely in 6 consecutive games. The 1-2 pitch. Lifted into deep right field. Franklin is back, and she's got it a step away from the wall. A well-driven ball to right center field, but Franklin was equal to the task. Jennings, a weedy or 2 short of a home run right there. It's still 3-1, LSU leading. How did we get here? As we get to the bottom of the 4th inning, Berry was the starter for the Wildcats. She was lifted in the 3rd. Trice has crossed the plate for the Wildcats. That came in the 1st inning. Hebner has done well through 4 innings, allowing 3 hits, no earned runs. And Daniel with the 3-run home run, her 2nd of the year. And we play in the bottom of the 4th. It's 3-1 LSU. With Hall of Fame coach Yvette Girard, I'm Lynn Rollins. And we are delighted that you have chosen to spend some time with us this evening. It's a cloudy night in Baton Rouge. The wind is blowing in. I don't think we'll have a threat of rain this evening. But you get a picture of the high overcast as we get close to the gloaming here. And there's a hot shot by Bergeron right into the glove of the 3rd baseman, Sniffen.
You can't hit it any harder or any better, but it's a right at him, and Sniffen gobbles it up.
This brings on Char Lorenz, who lined to right last time. Don't forget, 5 o'clock Central Time is the start time tomorrow for these teams. We'll have it for you right here on the SEC ESPN Network. And a special hello and warm greetings from Baton Rouge to you Arizona Wildcat fans, not only in that great state, but wherever there may be Wildcat fans across the country. Let's check in on the LSU Ole Miss baseball game. It's 2 apiece after 1 inning. Berry hit a home run for the Tigers for a 2-0 lead, but the Ole Miss Rebels came right back to tie it. Yeah, Jake Brown with the home run. The 2-run shot in the first for LSU, but...
Now that game's in Oxford, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't see the lights on over there.
We've got some softball scores to pass along as well. Georgia has defeated Missouri 8-0. Georgia rated number 13 this week. That's a final, 8-0 Bulldogs over Missouri. How about this? 2 nationally ranked teams, 1-0 the final. Mississippi State over Arkansas.
Mississippi State's having a very nice year.
Florida is shutting out South Carolina 5-0. They're in the 7th inning. Oklahoma at the end of 3 leads Texas 2-0. Alabama and Auburn are scoreless in the top of the 5th. Alabama has moved to number 3 in the national rankings.
And we're being told that Texas-Oklahoma matchup is in a weather delay, but wow, 0-0 in the 5th inning. The battle of for Alabama superiority.
And your old buddy at Alabama is approaching a milestone.
Yep. Who knew that when I hired that skinny boy from Iowa that he would turn out to be one of the best softball coaches?
Mr.
Well,
Murphy.
I think I knew how good he would be.
Mr. Murphy is just 2 wins short of 500. The first coach in SEC history to reach that, if indeed he does this weekend. Lorenz draws a base on balls. And the other game going on, Texas A&M leads Ole Miss. This is in softball, 9-2 in the top of the 3rd. You're up to date.
Base runner for the Tigers via walk. We'll have a conference on the mound.
LSU looks like it's going to insert Allie Hutchins as the pinch hitter. So it looks like Hutchins is going to come in and bat for Riley Johnson, the DP. We will wait for the official announcement. And indeed, it's Hutchins coming to the plate.
And that was Kristen Conrad. He's the assistant pitching coach at Arizona.
Johnson fouled out to the left fielder in her only at bat, and now it's Hutchins, the pinch hitter. A junior from Paducah, Kentucky. Holder leaves that short. That's a mid-popper, and it cauterizes the outside corner.
Cauterizes. How'd you come up with that one? Burns.
Takes me back to a nosebleed.
Tiger faithful didn't like that strike call. Go figure, the home team never likes it.
Hutchins waits with a 2-1 count. LSU leading 3-1 on the strength of a Sierra Daniel 3-run home run last inning.
And she earned that home run. There was nothing cheap about it.
This ballpark is a little bit bigger than it has to be by regulation.
The pitchers, thankfully, they love this ballpark. Hitters, not so much.
It's 10 feet deeper than it needs to be by minimum regulation every place. You see the teal Tiger head out in center field, drawing attention to the teal walk for ovarian cancer tomorrow.
That's a
rip
base
into
hit.
left field. That's down on one hop against the wall. Loren stops at second base, and the pinch hitter Hutchins delivers a one-hopper off the left field wall.
Did you think that Beal could have stuck her glove out? This looks to me like
You thought she might have had a chance to reach for it?
maybe.
Well, Hutchins.
Maybe she's further from it than what I see. But to me, she almost gave up on it and ran with the glove tucked in.
Let's see what Hodge can do. Time is called. And we're going to have an offensive conference.
You see Bryce Neal there.
How about the smile
Sandra
on the
Mosley.
face of Hutchins, though, coming off the bench, hasn't played a lot, and rams one with authority on one hop off the left field wall.
She started early playing a lot, but then through the middle of the schedule, she hadn't seen as much playing time, and they expected a big bat out of her. You know, there's the most right-handed hitters in Beth Torina's history in a while. All the brain thrust there offensively. Zach Zermain, who has a PhD in math. The analytics guy. Taylor Pleasance, who was an All-American here. Beth Torina, who drew up that home run for Daniel.
So we return to play. Tigers at second and third, one out. Hodge at the plate, the senior from Richmond, Texas. She starts with an upright stance and then crouches as the pitch is delivered. That pops the mitt, but misses wide. 68 miles an hour on that delivery. Riley Holder on for her first complete inning of relief. She came on in the third with one out.
Best pitches again, drop and a changeup.
She induced a ground ball off the bat of Bergeron, but then Lorenz walked, and Hutchins, coming off the bench, delivered a pinch hit double.
Oh, that was a squeeze that didn't work, but it didn't backfire for him.
Lorenz recognized that one was going to go awry and was
Good base running.
able to slam on the brakes and reverse to
Good
get the
base
back
running.
to third.
Hodge is a good bunter. We got a runner in scoring position at second, so it's a great time to call that.
Hodge can't wait on that pitch.
Full count.
That time Holder had Hodge at her mercy. A fly ball out toward shallow
That
right center
should score a
field.
run, but it's shallow.
Look at this throw at the plate.
Got her.
Out at the plate. How about that throw from Shockey? She had to make that catch running full speed to her left and then spin and get an angle to throw.
Everybody's forgotten how many outs there are. Yeah, that was a heck of a throw. It was shallow.
I thought they were going to let Jenkins make that play because her momentum would have been easier to get cut loose with the throw. But a heck of a throw by Shockey after rolling to her left.
LSU is challenging the call at the plate for out. The call is under further review.
So we'll stay here until they sort this out.
From our eyes, it looked like she got her. But you're right.
I'm 0 for 1 though tonight.
It seems like that's true. So am I. It seemed like the wrong outfielder received that fly ball, but a heck of a throw.
If we
It was shallow.
If we go back and get the full replay on this, you're going to see Shockey adjust herself on the run to get into a position to cut loose with that strong throw to the plate. Now here's the throw to the plate. This is what's being contested.
Yeah, she got her.
Looks like the tag was on the hip before the hand got to the dish.
And nobody's objecting, saying it's obstruction. Hallelujah. Haven't used a review yet, might as well. Just didn't get that ball deep enough, but kudos to the Wildcats. It's a really good throw.
Let's go back and look at, this is the center fielder, Shockey. She has to reverse and then cuts loose with the one hopper, and right there's the tag. So well done by Reagan Shockey.
Again by Stewart, you know, she's tall, so she's got a long reach.
Here we go.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed. The runner is out. LSU has one remaining challenge.
So a 9-2 double play. No, an 8-2 double play. Center fielder to the catcher. And it's 3-1. LSU leads.
App has all of ESPN all in one place. Visit activate.espn.com to see if you have ESPN Unlimited as part of your TV package for no additional cost. It's all of ESPN all in one place. Sign up or activate now.
We are in Baton Rouge tonight. We are in the gloaming. It's a 3-1 game. LSU leading Arizona as we play in the top of the 5th inning. And a quick news note. The 4 lunar astronauts have splashed down safely in the Pacific Ocean somewhere off the coast of San Diego. Congratulations to all involved and Godspeed.
Absolutely.
Addison Duke at the plate. And this one floats out toward left field, and the catch is made for out number 1 as Char Lorenz is there. So Duke goes back to the bench, 1 for 2. She had an infield hit last time. And it brings us back to the top of the order for Reagan Shockey. She's 1 for 2 with an infield hit. She's showing bunt. And now will Use that split grip, runs up on it, and lets it pass ball one. You just don't see conventional slappers all that often anymore. There used to be at least 2 or 3 of them in every lineup.
Oh, I think you're always going to see it in a Wildcat lineup. Speed never takes a break.
Nope. That one fooled Huebner. She held up her glove like she was going to catch it and then whiffed. That ball looked like it might have been knuckling out to her. I'm not sure, but off the bat, it looked like she was going to make the catch.
Let's see what this ball does. Oh, yeah, she just kind of misjudged it.
So Shockey collects her second base hit. One of 3 400 hitters in the lineup, and here's another one in Trice. Trice is 0 for 2. She has scored a run. Batting .472 coming into the game.
There's the vaunted slap attack.
So back-to-back base hits by Shockey and Trice. Only one out. Tying run at first base for Taylor Beals. She has flied to center and flied to left. Trice now has hit safely in 8 consecutive games. She gets the bunt down, and that'll be a foul ball as it hit the batter in the batter's box.
Caitlin Lowe says she is clutch in big moments.
It's a big moment right here.
And she's known her whole life because she played with her mom. Is that true? Can Caitlin Lowe be that old? I must have that wrong.
This is lifted into the air. Alex Franklin is going to be under it. Makes the catch. Base runner from second. Tags and goes to third. The throw back to second base.
You got to hit your cutoff right there. Now they have a trailing runner in scoring position.
And by not hitting the cutoff, the trailing runner advances into scoring position in a 2-2 advantage game for LSU at this point. So now a base hit would very likely score both base runners and tie the game.
And look who's up to the plate.
Sydney Stewart. One of the best in the country. Ball one wide. Now first base is unoccupied here, so LSU is very likely to pitch extremely carefully to Stewart.
You would think so. Unlike baseball, we have to pitch to them, but this is, yeah, they're going outside. They're intentionally walking her.
Stewart is hitting .409. By the way, she leads the team in walks with 27.
Well, and I'm sure a lot of them is intentional base on balls. It's a smart move by LSU here. Don't let the best player on the team beat you. Coaching 101.
Bergeron is setting up way outside. Those were not competitive pitches. And
not meant to be.
Not meant to be is right. So the bases are loaded with 2 outs. For Grace Jenkins, she has bounced back to the circle and fouled out to Hodge at third. Grace Jenkins hitting .333, 9 homers. She's second on the team. Lifts this one into shallow right field, and the Tigers put themselves in jeopardy in that inning, but then get the final out. Jenkins lifts a fly ball to Alex Franklin in short right field. It's 3-1 LSU leading Arizona. 3-1 Tigers, all of them coming in the third inning. LSU's runs on Sierra Daniels' 3-run home run. A 4-base error in the first inning gave Arizona the early lead. Jaden Hebner has pitched very, very well to this point for the Tigers. Let's quickly send you out to Oxford, Mississippi, where Ole Miss has scored another run and leads it 3-2. The Tigers took a 1-0 lead in the first on a 2-run homer by Brown. Ole Miss came back to tie it and then scored again in the second inning to make it a 3-2 game. Ole Miss leading in the first game of that series. They are in the third at the moment. Lassiter takes ball 1 from Riley Holder. She's worked an inning and 2/3.
See her trying to get ahead with her vintage drop ball.
Holder has walked 1 and given up 1 base hit. That was the pinch hit double by Hutchins. She one-hopped the left field wall. LSU had opportunities to score last inning, but couldn't get it done with runners at second and third.
With a fantastic play from the outfielders.
2-1 on the senior from Atmore, Alabama. This ball is lifted out into left center field, and a nice galloping grab made by Addison Duke.
Lassiter jumped all over that changeup, but Wildcats tracked it down.
Here's Sierra Daniel. She's been the offensive hero of the night for the Tigers.
And she was first pitch swinging that last time she came up.
She looks at an off-speed pitch, drop in for a strike. That was 55 miles an hour.
Drop and change, drop and change. That's primarily what Holder will throw, with a great variation in speeds. A little screwball action there.
And it works its way off the plate to the left-handed hitter. Kylie Edwards is on deck. There's the changeup again. That one was even slower at 52.
Wildcats have really good-looking changeups.
That might not even raise the eyebrow of a Livonia policeman.
Goofy duck.
Let's go back and look at the home run swing.
First pitch swinging, and she got all of it. Bounced it off the scoreboard.
And that was not a particularly violent swing. She just, the timing and the torque
Barreled
was
it up.
perfect.
Barreled it up.
The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss this time.
That was a good-looking screwball off the outside corner that Daniel cannot reach.
That's the first strikeout for the reliever Holder. 2 quick outs in the inning, and now Edwards comes to the plate.
Bryce Neal kind of taps her on the helmet.
Boy, did that ball have some drift, didn't it?
Kind of kudos to the pitcher there. Sometimes, you know, you got to give credit to the opponent.
Kylie Edwards is a junior from Waldron, Indiana. She has flied to center, and she has bounced back to the pitcher. Now, she was the last hitter that Berry faced before Janae Berry, the starter, was lifted. This is going to be a loping catch made by Serenity Trice at second base. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the second time, and we move on to the sixth. It's 3-1 LSU. ESPN is your home for the Women's College World Series. Coverage begins May 28th on ABC, ESPN, and ESPN2.
Did you catch that Caitlin Lowe was lifting a World Series trophy?
I did not.
Yep, that was her.
Well, let's see what happens here as the Tigers protect a 2-run lead. Arizona has 6 outs with which to work in regulation. 1 run, 5 hits for Arizona. No errors, 3 runs, 3 hits, a couple of errors for LSU. Kez Lucas at the plate. Huebner has not struck out a batter, and this is maybe the first time she's ever worked 5 complete innings without striking out anybody. But the flip side of that is her control, which has been a problem this year, has been wonderful tonight. Only 1 walk. Edwards gobbles that up at shortstop and makes the play.
So sure-handed. Just flicks that ball over sidearm. Never comes over the top to throw.
Hands softer than Wagyu beef.
Which I'm sure you've never eaten.
I have not.
It's very expensive.
You are absolutely correct. I looked at a menu once and I saw 3 numbers per ounce. I said, no.
Yep.
No. You're sniffing. Sniffin has fouled out and walked. Arizona's first mission is to get a base runner because that brings the tying run to the plate. Huebner throws it over the middle of the plate. That's spinning like a gyroscope and jumped on by Daniel and gets the out at first.
Quick feet, low center of gravity. She makes a lot of ground balls look easy.
She does. And she gets to them in a hurry. Here's Talay Jennings. She has bounced back to the circle and fly to right. Ball 1.
But you're right about Huebner. She has really calmed those walks down. You know, Beth Torina likes to say she's effectively wild, but we haven't seen that in the last couple of outings.
Well, and let me update the walk total. I really wasn't counting the one to Stewart, which was semi-intentional. That's grabbed by Daniel. She got that good first step going to her right. Was able to pluck it behind second base. So Huebner officially has walked 2. One of them was, in quotes, intentional. And we move on. It's 3-1 LSU. One run, 5 hits for the Wildcats. 3 runs, 3 hits for LSU, the first game of this 3-game series. 5 o'clock is the start time tomorrow, an hour earlier than tonight's, and then 11 in the morning on Sunday. All times are Central. The Vet and I will be back for the afternoon game tomorrow, and ESPN will be here to televise the 11 a.m. game on Sunday. Alex Franklin at the plate for the Tigers. Franklin has walked and lined to right. She was the first batter that Holder faced when Holder came out of the bullpen in the third inning. One and one on Franklin from nearby Sanibel, Louisiana. Franklin is listed on the roster as an infielder, but she's been steady out in right field. Crouches at the plate, uses an open stance. She'll close it at the delivery. Addison Duke is deep in left field. The other two outfielders are shallow. Now they back up some. A 3-1 pitch coming from Riley Holder. There is a strike. Franklin had started toward first and was recalled to the plate with a count of 3-2. Edwards, Tori Edwards, and Macy Bergeron will follow. Trice slings it over to Lucas for out number one. Well, Riley Holder has done a really nice job coming out of the bullpen. She's been in the circle since the third inning. She retired two batters there, and the Tigers have not been able to change the scoreboard since she came into the game. That's what you want a reliever to do, huh, Bet? Keep your team in the game.
Give them a chance to win. Give them a chance to catch up.
When we go to the seventh, it'll be hitters 9, 1, and 2 in the lineup for Arizona.
You saw that change up.
Here's a drive over the head of the leaping left fielder.
Tough play to make.
The throw at second base, not in time.
It's, you know, we've said it all year long. Edwards is surprisingly quick.
The story is not uncommon, but she was a sprinter on the track team and a good one in high school.
That's the toughest play for an outfielder to make, that shot right at him. And that ball is tattooed.
It kept rising over the leaping left fielder Addison Duke.
And made a great throw to second, but not in time. Not in time.
And just to complete that Edwards story and the fact that she was a sprinter in high school, she also holds the LSU women's softball record with a 405-pound deadlift. She's done it 2 years in a row. That's a whole lot of weight.
It's a whole lot of backache.
I mean, that's me minus a Twinkie.
You can't hit the ball any harder than Edwards.
No, you can't.
The machine right here just ran out of juice. We don't know what that exit velocity was, but it was a lot.
Well, they're going to use a pinch runner for Edwards. This is Destiny Harris, a sophomore, running for Edwards. I'd like to see those two in a foot race. It would be close.
It would be close.
One way or the other.
It is amazing how well she runs.
Here's Macy Bergeron. First pitch swinging and scatters folks on the right side.
Tiger Park now has that net protecting everybody over the first base dugout. It used to be there a couple of years ago.
Macy is 0 for 2. She has struck out and grounded out, hit the ball hard last time to the third baseman, and she falls behind 2 strikes. 1 out, a runner at second base. LSU would love to get some insurance here and create a little more space between itself and Arizona as we go to the 7th.
You play every inning like it's 0-0.
1 out. Harris, the pinch runner at second base. And right now, with 2 strikes, Bergeron is in defensive mode at the plate.
Everything is outside, outside, outside. Good catch over there. He's all happy with himself, but I think that ball came off the net. Wasn't that impressive? Oh, she froze her.
A very well delivered pitch by Riley Holder, and Bergeron watched it go back to the mitt for a strikeout.
Definitely looking for something else because this ball's right over the plate.
You know, we've only had 4 strikeouts in the whole game.
Yeah, it hasn't been a K night. Been a little bit of slapping, and of course Daniel with the big blow for the Tigers.
This gives us a chance to quickly update you on softball finals again. Georgia 8-0 over Missouri. That one's over. Mississippi State blanked Arkansas 1-0. Florida shut out South Carolina 5-0. They're still in a delay, Oklahoma and Texas. It's 2-0 Oklahoma, and they're at the end of the 3rd inning, but the game has not resumed. Alabama has gone out in front of Auburn 1-0. That's in Auburn in the top of the 6th inning. And Texas A&M has scored 9 early and leads Ole Miss 9-3 in the bottom of the 3rd. Well, we are told the delay between Oklahoma and Texas is over. They're in the bottom of the 4th, and no change in the score. Oklahoma still leads 2-0. So you're up to date with SEC softball. LSU has been out hit 5-4, but 1 swing
Difference in the game
from Sierra Daniel has provided everything LSU has needed to this point.
all in the 3rd inning. 3 runs. They threatened. Got a runner thrown out at home on a good play from the outfield.
The 1-2 pitch to Lorenz. That stays up. Harris is the pinch runner at second base, following the wicked double on 1 hop off the wall in left field by Torrey Edwards. That finds the room in right field. Harris rounds third. Here's a throw. Not in time.
That's a great piece of hitting.
And then the misplay at the plate allows LSU's Char Lorenz to move up to second base. An RBI single, making it 4-1. And you're right, Yvette. She controlled the plate with that swing.
Yep. Used the entire field.
And we're going to have conversation, if not a pitching change. And it looks as though well, we'll see. We're going to have to double check this player on our roster. And it's going to be the original pitcher, Janae Berry. We'll come back and watch her as she re-enters the game in just a moment. It's 4-1 LSU. The freshman Riley Holder has been lifted after 3 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, couple of strikeouts. For the most part, a very workmanlike, effective job for her. She gives way to the original starter, Janae Berry, who earlier had gone 2 1/3, allowing a couple of hits, walking 3 and striking out 2. So it's back to the starter, Janae Berry.
Best pitch is her curveball. She will throw a screw, a rise, all at about 60 miles an hour, then the changeup at 50. And for a while, it was really throwing off the timing of the LSU hitters with those speeds.
Allie Hutchins batting for the second time. She came off the bench a couple of innings ago and had a solid double as she batted for the DP Riley Johnson. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, a runner at second base, a run in for LSU. 4-1 Tigers.
Pitch before was a little low, but it was called a strike, so they came back with the same pitch.
Look out.
Just a bit wide.
Well, Hutchins is being asked to return to the plate.
Lost track of the count.
Or was trying to
indicate
that she was hit by the pitch, which she wasn't. Now the 3-1. There's ball 4. Oh, Hutchins has been on base twice, coming off the bench.
Well, she played at the majority of the games the first third of the season and kind of been on the shelf a little bit lately. Having a good night tonight, though.
Runners at first and third for Avery Hodge.
The way you get yourself back in the lineup.
Yep.
Avery Hodge, well, it's 2 outs. I was going to say hit the ball to the right side, but there's 2 outs.
Strike 1. Each club has 5 hits.
Will the Tigers try a first and third? I don't know, with Hutchins at first.
Lorenz is at third.
And they are doing it. Oh, this is played perfectly by Arizona.
The tag out at first base. So an easy tag out as the runner was retreating to first. And the out certainly occurred before the runner crossed the plate. But the base hit by Char Lorenz. Adds another to the total. It's 4-1. We go to the 7th. LSU leading Arizona. As we go to the 7th inning, last chance for Arizona, 3 to tie and extend this game is what Arizona needs. And there is a person who over decades has made a mark in this game, Mike Candrea. Many people think that he certainly is one of the best coaches of all time and may have been number 1.
Softball royalty. He, no question that he's one of the all-time greatest leaders in this game. And you know who he's named after, right?
Mike the Tiger.
Mike the Tiger. He was born in New Orleans, Louisiana. Mike Candrea. Every time he sees me, he wants to know where his crawfish is or his gumbo.
You know what? All 8 of Arizona's national championships were under his leadership.
Absolutely.
Addison Duke will try to become a base runner. She has an infield hit and she has fly to left. Shockey and Trice, 1 and 2 at the top of the order, will follow. It's very, very important to get this first hitter.
Always is. Always is. And what you not want to do is walk them. This is what put gray hairs on the head coach's head.
Huebner has gone to 3-0. There's a strike. Let's go back out to Oxford very quickly. The end of the 4th inning in baseball. Mississippi leads LSU 3-2. The Rebels by 1. Despite the early home run by Brown, a 2-run shot in the 1st inning for LSU. That's a foul ball. It's a good thing, too.
You know, Arizona's ranked number 12 coming into here, and LSU's at 21.
And I think rankings are very murky.
Sure.
Preseason and certainly during the season, even in postseason. My only question about that ranking for Arizona would be the quality of the pitching staff.
Oh, how about Huebner coming back from that count?
And guess what? That is her first strikeout.
That's hard to believe. Talk about controlling hitters. That's what she's done. First priority is get that K. Second was beautiful pitch.
That got a lot of the plate.
But it was right at her knees, so that helped. Same pitch right there.
Shockey and Trice are coming to the plate.
No question, Huebner has thrown better lately. As you said, minimizing those walks. Consequently, the Tigers have been playing much better than early in the year.
Huebner has retired 5 in a row. The 0-2 pitch. Stee right 3 on a half swing.
Remember, tomorrow morning, 8:30, the Teal Walk. You can still come and join. All for Alex and the Teal Walk that has raised so much money.
That ball had a lot of sweep to it to the left-handed hitter. And once she committed, there was very little chance. Was that an off-speed pitch from Huebner? She doesn't throw many.
No, she doesn't.
It missed.
It did miss because Bergeron had to reach back.
Trice with 2 outs. Trying to somehow give her team a chance. The only run for Arizona was unearned on 2 errors on the same play. Turned out to be a 4-base mistake. And that's been it. Huebner has shut the door since then.
That
now it's 1-2.
Sweeping curveball to the lefties is devastating. And
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. LSU leading 4-1. 7th inning action. The crowd rising to its feet. Steve right 3 called. Jaden Huebner, who had not struck out anybody through the first 6 innings, strikes out the side in the 7th, and LSU has defeated Arizona 4-1.
She decided to take it into her own hands. Complete control by Huebner of these Arizona Wildcat hitters.
And a lot of relief, a lot of happiness, a lot of ebullience shown by this LSU team. Huebner was the story in the circle, and Daniel was the story offensively.
The big blow, the home run from Daniels twice in 1 week. Hadn't hit any the whole season.
So the Tigers pick up the victory as Arizona goes to 29-9 on the season. And the LSU Tigers are now, with that 4-1 win, winners of the first game in this series. Don't forget, it starts at 5 o'clock tomorrow and 11 o'clock on ESPN on Sunday. Yvette and I will be back tomorrow. We hope you'll join us. LSU is a winner, 4-1. Good night from Baton Rouge.